Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining me today. My name is Holly from Besotted Orchids, and I'm going to give you a quick tour of my, what I call grow room. We're going to start out with the Silogeny Mayanara. The largest orchid by far that I have. She takes up a lot of room, so she lives over here by herself. I have yet to see any blooms. They will be green with a beautiful black face in them. I'm really looking forward to seeing this. And I keep watching for spikes. And I have yet to find any. But she's a beautiful plant. Nice shiny leaves. I'm going to spin around without making you dizzy. Here is my grow area. And I was hoping the sun today would be a good time to film, but I think it's gonna do the opposite for me. Okay, the top shelf over here is mainly my Oncidiums, soaking up the eastern morning sunlight. I have Oncidiums and Miltonias and Latoria type Dendrobium for some reason up here. A little twinkle, Phragmipedium, up here I have some more orchids from Ecuador, and my Kingianum, which I am hoping I get some more blooms on that this year. It did well last year. This is a Cristatum genus. It's a species plant from Ecuador. It's in the Oncidium family. Lots more of the Oncidiums because it seems to be my favorite orchid. Cattleyas. Boy, they have quite a trailing growth habit, so they live in bowls so they don't tip over as they're wont to do, constantly tipping over and spilling bark. Cherry baby. Another very large plant. She's really putting out the growth this year. Spin around over here is where I have my Brassavolas. They're all hanging from actually gutter guards. Very light. The air can move through both sides. The roots can really grab hold. And I'm getting a lot of new growth. They were in pretty poor shape when they lived in pots. But now I'm seeing quite a bit of new green little growth coming on them. They just hang up here from my grandpa's, oh, you can't see it, antique ladder, from his orchard ladder. Over here we have a bird's nest fern. Everybody has to have a monstera. That's a big girl. That's a real big girl. Shamrock. And back into the orchids, I have my coconut, a Den Nobile, and 3 different coconut orchids, which are, I believe, forming some buds. I can see them coming. So hopefully, in a month or two, I'll have some coconut smelling orchids. I have a lemon tree, a lime tree. Then over here, we have the little personal bog for my Phragmipediums. 2 of them live in here at the moment. There's my little bud forming. Catasetum's going dormant. That's Black Magic. Signodes Wine Delight back in the back here. Various cattleya types. Smaller Dendrobiums. For some reason, I have randomly placed a Zygopetalum here. Another Phragmipedium, yet another. Here I have Paphiapetalums, putting out some new pups, looking very good. New growths. I'm hoping to see some, oh, nice beautiful flowers for springtime. Neophenicia, pink. Dendrobiums. Oh, here are all of my Dendrobium babies, the cakeys I have transplanted. They're getting really good root growth, and they're in sphagnum. Miltoniopsis, they're hanging on. They're technically not my favorite of the orchids, but definitely not trying to harm them, but they're just doing their thing. More Oncidiums. And here is a very large, no ID, came from Carmela Orchids, Dendrobium. Beautiful, beautiful white flowers with a hint of pink in them. Very, very pretty. Me back up so you can see a nice, there's my little sitting area. Sometimes I have coffee and look at a magazine amongst the orchids. You have to have a sitting area by your orchids. So here is the grow room. My blooming orchids live in the dining room. But these are all enjoying an eastern window, and it rounds over to the north over here. So I'm pretty pleased with it. I think they're doing well. We're going to try to eke out one more shelf up above, maybe lower one a tad and raise one up, maybe add a grow light. The only grow light I have at the moment, I use for a little supplemental lighting for my lemon and lime tree. There it is, very basic. All right, well, thank you so much for joining me this morning. We'll end on a really positive note. There's my lime, which I may use later in my hibiscus tea. So you guys have a great day. Bye.